I went from this to this in 3 years just to get the right physique for my combat sport. Everyone has different physical traits, but the truth is only those who understand how to use their body type and their physique will be able to dominate in a fight. In this video I will show you the best type of build for your combat sport. You can find fighters of any kind in every combat sport. There are the tall and heavy fighters, and then there are the small and light fighters. But overall, when we are only thinking about the average fighter in different combat sports, we can tell that there are certain body types that would make a great fit with certain physiques. And I will explain why. You see, your body type is defined by your genetics. You can't change anything about this. But your physique is defined by your actions. You can change this with effort. In martial arts, body types and physiques are both important and can easily give you a huge advantage if you choose a combat sport that fits your physical traits. Here are the 4 builds for the most common fighters. Those builds don't have to, but can be a great guide to choose the right combat sport that fits your physical traits. Firstly, I'm going to show you the body type, then I will give you a checklist on how you can get the right physique for it. Make sure to pay attention to every build and choose your own wisely. Number 4. Wrestlers. Wrestling is a build that requires a lot of strength. Wrestlers are strong, explosive and have amazing cardio. In wrestling you need to use all your power to control and dominate your opponent. Fighters like Islam Makhachev and Yoel Romero are great examples. They became incredible wrestlers through hard work and relentless training. Alright, so there are some common traits that could offer advantages in this combat sport. At first, wrestlers usually have a shorter torso because a shorter torso can make you harder to lift and provides a lower center of gravity. Secondly, longer arms allow you for better reach when grappling, controlling and leveraging your opponent. And in the end, it can also be beneficial to have shorter legs and medium height because shorter legs reduce the risk of being taken down as they are harder to grab. And a medium height also allows you to wrestle against both taller and shorter opponents. Alright, this is a little disclaimer. You don't need to have every single one of these traits to be a wrestler. It is simply not humanly possible to have all of these combined, but having just 1 or 2 could be an advantage. And now we talk about how you can achieve the physique of a wrestler. So here's a little checklist about what you should have in your weekly workout schedule. There's strength training, for example compound lifts and pulling exercises. This is important to develop the strength to handle your opponent. Then we have explosive workouts. Plyometrics can be very effective here. Basically, it involves exercises like box jumps and medicine ball slams. Cardio training is also very essential. Here you can alternate between high intensity training like sprints and low intensity training like long distance runs or long cycling tours. Finally, you need to do your wrestling drills for proper technique, but I think you're probably already doing this in your regular training sessions. Here's everything we just talked about. Make sure to take a screenshot. But before we continue with this video, if you're new to this channel, I'm an undefeated amateur boxer in 7 fights. I have 6 wins, 1 draw and 0 losses, so I know what I'm talking about. I dedicated this channel to talk about my passion and to give you everything I know about boxing. And if you want to see more, then subscribe to this channel and join us right now. Number 3. Strikers and kickboxers. Now we talk about strikers and kickboxers. These fighters are mostly very lean, long and lanky and have smaller calf muscles. Many people think you need more muscle for fighting, when in fact less muscle allows you to throw more kicks and punches because your body requires less energy to move. Strikers and kickboxers like Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira or Charles Oliveira are great in technique and have incredible cardio. Here are the most common traits which can be an advantage for a great striker and kickboxer. First of all, long arms and legs will give you a longer reach to hit your opponent from a safe distance. Secondly, being naturally a leaner person can also be an advantage. Look at Israel Adesanya. He's very lean and less muscular, but exactly that allows him to be very quick when it comes to striking and kicking. So let's talk about the calf muscles. You probably already noticed that kickboxers and especially boxers have very small calf muscles. This allows the fighters to be very explosive and quick on their feet, which will give them more speed to punch. So let's talk about how you can get the physique of a striker and kickboxer. There will be a lot of cardio training like long distance running, interval sprints and cycling. As a striker you rely mostly on your endurance because when you gas out the fight is basically over. Then you need to do some plyometric exercise like clap push-ups and box jumps to make your punches and kicks very explosive. You also need to train your core for this. I'm talking about Russian twists and leg raises. This will improve your rotational power for punches and kicks and helps you to absorb body shots during fights. Lastly, striking drills and technique will be very important since it will build precision and speed. Here are the most important things, make sure to save it for later. Number 2. Hybrids.
Then there are the hybrids. They combine everything about muscular power, explosiveness and cardio. These fighters are the jack of all trades. Great examples for hybrid fighters are Khabib Nurmagomedov, Robert Whittaker and Alexander Volkanovski. Except for Khabib's ground game, hybrid fighters are usually no specialists. They are evenly balanced in their wrestling, striking and kicking skills. And again, here are the most common traits for a hybrid fighter. It can be beneficial to have moderate torso length. This will allow you to have great leverage for wrestling while still being able to have a decent reach for striking and kicking. Secondly, slightly longer arms can give you more advantage in striking. But overall, a mesomorphic body type can be very beneficial because it will mean that you got moderate height and evenly distributed muscle. It will give you the natural ability to adapt seamlessly between striking and grappling situations. Finally, let's get into how you can get the physique of a hybrid fighter. Here's what you should have in your weekly workout schedule. You will need a good mix between strength and explosive training. I'm talking about compound lifting for strength and resistant band training for explosiveness. Cardio is as always also a big part of this. Go for high intensity interval sprints or steady state cardio like long running or cycling sessions. In the end, don't forget about proper technique training, which will be the only thing that gives you precision and timing. Here you can see the overview. Don't forget to take a screenshot. Number 1. The big boys. And then there are the big boys. This build often comes from having a natural strong punch and a more chubby physique. Heavy fighters simply perform better with more weight on them and often look like the typical dad who just got off the couch, though they are using their pure muscle strength to knock their opponent out with one punch. I think Daniel Cormier and Tyson Fury are great examples for this build. Here are the most common traits for heavy fighters. It will be crucial to have a natural broad frame and a strong build. A large chest and broad shoulders provide the foundation for powerful punches. Secondly, long arms will give you the reach for effective striking from a safe distance. And most importantly, a thicker core will give you the support for punching, grappling and takedowns. Finally, let's talk about the physique of a heavy fighter. First of all, since a heavy fighter is mostly relying on its strength and power, there are a lot of compound lifts needed. Besides that, plyometrics will be essential to get the right agility to move around your opponent. Most of all, you need to do a lot of cardio since your body will gas out very quickly. Your muscles will fatigue very fast because they have to move a lot of weight. Last but not least, active recovery will be very important for this build because your joints will suffer a lot from all this weight and constant movement. I highly recommend to do light strengthening exercises for recovery sessions since it takes the weight off your joints. This is the final overview. Make sure to take a screenshot. In the end, we all know that there are weight classes for a reason. The best martial art for you doesn't really depend on how tall you are or how much you weigh. It rather depends on your fighting style and how you use your physical traits for your advantage. But still, when we talk about the average fighter in each combat sport, this guide gives you a great overview about what traits and physiques are required to dominate your opponent. Remember, you can choose any combat sport you like. The most important part is your mindset anyways. If you keep training hard and consistent, I can promise that you will be successful. But if you want to take advantage of your physical traits, then look through the different builds and choose your combat sport wisely. With that being said, if you want to find out about the 3 ways to win a street fight, then click on this video right now. I analyze our 50 fights and I show you exactly what worked. And as always, keep your hands up.